French, there are two icons of the French cinema, and it's very rare, this kind of couple, you know, you can see aging film after film, because we saw them for the first time in the last Metro, and I was very touched. Gérard accepted to do the film, and to be again the lover of Catherine. And,
ex-lover.
And you know, when you have such actors, you have to use their past in movie because they are not virgin for the audience. So it was quite amazing for me as a cinephile, and for the French, I think it's very touching to see them together. You know, it's like part of our family and our history of French cinema. And there is a magical chemistry between you.
This still is, though. It was amazing.
I'm his longest marriage.
I just want to say, it was so romantic when you were dancing together. My heart started beating, doesn't happen very often.
It was a very nice scene. Quite difficult to do.
Yes.
But we had in the same time. It was
very funny.
Yeah, it was lovely, and to see Gérard, you know, trying, because he's very embarrassed, you know, by his physical appearance, but at the same time he's very light. You know, he has a sort of lightness. Yeah, he's very gracious, you know.
I was very afraid shooting the scene. I will cut the scene because it was quite a disaster, I must say. No, it's Gérard. No, he was not well in the rhythm. It was difficult.
No, but I knew that you were doing long shot and you were doing enough shot that you could.
At the editing, I realized I didn't need Ginger Roger and Fred Astaire because all the important thing was in the eyes, the tenderness between the two, and the pleasure to see them together. And but I had to work at the editing room.
Yes, sir?
I have a question for Judith. This scene in towards the end of the film when you with Catherine, where you have to confess why you voted for her. It was a beautifully intimate scene in the two of you, which, until that time, you had been kind of like the ice princess, the conservative. And I can imagine it must have been, you know, a great scene for you as an actress. But what was it? Your introduction into the film is so spectacular with the hair blowing.
Was that?
Yeah, it's fantastic, and you're like the beautiful goddess in this kind of movie in a way. And how is that for you to have been an actress working with Ms. Deneuve? And you know, well, I'd also love to hear from Catherine's perspective, you know, sort of passing on the torch in a way.
We are partners, you know. When you do a film, you're partners with actresses and.
But as a young new actress to work with an icon.
I work with a lot of
So young.
actors and actresses. More and more often they are younger, you know. They are always younger.
Very intimidating, I would imagine, for another actress to have to work with you.
Yeah, maybe, but at the beginning it doesn't last very long.
Yeah, I actually was intimidated, but you know, it's more what you think that could happen or what you don't know about someone who, because I just met Catherine on the set, so of course, you know, but that can really happen with any actors because it's a person you're basically meeting and you don't know this person until you have, and we really met on the set, like we really met during the scene, I would say. And you know, I think, you know, it's a human being you're meeting, so I guess it depends on the human being, and I was very seduced and amazed by how Catherine is, and you know, even you know, it was very interesting for me to work with an actress who's playing my mother, because I didn't really had that any before, and I think that suddenly represented a lot for me, and I kind of like did put a lot into this relationship also because of suddenly I had this kind of relationship with an actress who can play my mom, and I think it's really great actually to, I love actresses, and I don't feel them as, how do you say, rival at all, you know, and I really like, I was actually I was sitting there looking at her like, you know, you, I guess, you are, or François was, you know, and I thought how, you quite understand working with Catherine why she's there, you know. Sometimes there are actors that you really admire, but you don't really, you don't really formulate into yourself why they have that career. I think when you work with her and when you see her in life, you really understand, and that's very logical, everything she did and why she's there and all the movies she did. I think there's something very clear and that really corresponds to who she is. There's no...
That's a nice compliment.
Most embarrassing, yeah.
But working on the retrospective and just selecting, like, you know, 25 films was really hard because you such an amazing career and worked with so many great people. So it was just hard to condense and just pick a few. But you know, I think we feel we know you for your films, but obviously we don't.
Which is true. But I think you know much more than you think about actors and actresses when you've seen quite a lot of films that they've done. I think actors say much more than what you think, or than what they think sometimes even, by just the choice they make and the way they behave in a film. I think there are some actors I know better than some others, even if I've never met them.
I think we would like to think we know you very well.
You probably know me more than you think.
Yes.
François, I went to a screening of your last film and you were a speaker at, I forgot the name, but it was a much heavier film.
Is it
Hideaway in English. Hideaway? No?
Yeah,
The Refuge.
The Refuge, yes.
Yeah.
The mother leaves the baby.
Yes.
So I just think like it's such a completely different style to something like this that obviously the connection here to 8 women and the style of that, and that movie was so much heavier and much more intense. And I'm just curious how you sort of approach 2 films with such different styles and how you prepare for that, and what place you're in when you go into something like that versus something like this.
I don't want to repeat myself, so I try each time to have a new challenge, to try to go in another direction, and each film is a new adventure, you know. So each time it's a new story, and the story gives you the style, the tone of the film, and the production too, the way how to produce and to do the film. So it's a question of money, the budget, and all these kind of things. And I don't really analyze why I did this film after Le Refuge, but I think I like very often to change, to go in another direction. People said you have to do your new film against the one you have just finished. So after a drama like Le Refuge, I needed maybe a comedy.
Well, yeah.